So, for my Chicano studies class course that I'm taking at the 2-year university, I'm actually sitting in the parking lot right here making this video. We have finals coming up, and our project is to make a cajita. I think that translates into a little box, maybe a cajita. So I went to the Dollar Tree. Right now is holiday season, and I have these stickers. I print out stickers with my brand. It's called Supa. Started as my graffiti name. Used to be SUPA. I added the H to add some sophistication to it. A silent A, Supa. And I threw the dollar sign. You know, we live in America, so it's all about money. So this is my cajita, and with these stickers, I had a lot of extra stickers left over from the first time I ever purchased stickers. So I said that was a good time to use them. And so went to the Dollar Tree, found a perfect box, had the surface for my stickers to stick onto, and just covered it up. Made a little, I'm gonna say collage, maybe cacophony, mosaic of my super stickers. It was very easy. My professor said it didn't have to be too, you have to think so much about it. And yeah, this is my brand. This is something I hope to push, sell t-shirts, so sort of an emblem of mine. I guess it's sort of emblematic of our commercial world. And this cajita had to symbolize things that were important to you. And there's a lot of things that are important to me. I love reading books. I love exercise. I love conversations about philosophy and psychology and history. I also love arguing and disagreeing and questioning. And so I said, you know what? If what Supa symbolizes is to endure, you know, moments when you aren't feeling so well, remember that there is strength inside you. And Supa, like bigger, exaggerative. So yeah, and sort of what Supa symbolizes for me. And I am a father. My daughter, she lives with her mother. She's in my life. I'm in her life. And so I had a photo of her. It's like half the year now, but she was in first grade, or she is in first grade. She took some school pictures. And so I thought it would be a good, I had her the weekend where I made this, which was last weekend. Thought it would be a good idea, you know, for her to see me make this box, maybe get her some of her own paint so she could do her activity next to me while I was putting this together. And that's exactly what we did. I found some flower stickers, some butterfly stickers. I just taped them on this box. Then I found some lettering. I thought to put her name here. And we found some fake jewels that were sticky. You could stick on here. That's what I decided to create. Sort of, it looks like a shrine for my kid, as if I idolize my child. But sort of, this box is sort of symbolic. Like, this is all me, right? This is me in the world. It's like a shield protecting her. And I'm out here trying to commercialize myself, sell my idea, get rejected, trying to believe in myself and trying to believe in this idea that I have, which is Supa. There's this urban brand, this suburban brand, this clothing brand, this yeah. Um, and in here, so we got black and white. It's black and white, but then you open it up, and then you get my kid. And her mother named her. Her mother was raised by a single woman with, you know, on her own with 5 children. So she's strong willed, and I don't know. I guess men didn't really. My daughter's name grew on me, so we have Alowin. It's a silent W when I looked it up on Google. It's Alon. But the Alowin, most people don't know how to pronounce it when they first meet my daughter either way. And her middle name is Ito Tiani. And what's ironic about that, one of our last assignments in this Chicano studies course that I took, we read an article about the band my daughter's mother was, what do you say, not influenced, where she got the name from. It's Chicano Batman. It's a Los Angeles Latino Chicano band out of Los Angeles that formed in 2008. They have a song called Ito Tiani. They have a beautiful sound, man. Our professor, she introduced us to a couple other songs, and they were just, their sound is pleasing, very simple. The singer's not the greatest singer, but it's his style and it's their original music. So Ito Tiani, check it out. It means Aztec dancer. Just ironic. My teacher, our last assignment, she introduced the class to that band. Some of us already had known or had heard about that band and listened to their music before. So yeah, I got these flowers from Dollar Tree. They're sort of adhesive. I just added some of these jewels. I put my daughter's name here. And yeah, butterflies. I think it looks actually kind of pretty, man. And in the Aztecs, maybe even Mayans, some of the hieroglyphics or art on rocks. I don't know the name of all this stuff. But butterflies were important. And in the Chicano, the modern Chicano movement in America, there's this mariposa, there's a movement for the gay community. They're saying that it's okay to be femme. And that's their argument. That's their belief. You know, there's a lot of monarchs by my house. I see monarchs. Monarchs are my favorite. Butterflies in general, when you see one, I think they're beautiful. Butterflies, especially monarchs, the way they have that fire orange and that trim of black and the black lines and how their face and body is really a dark black but with white dots on it. And I believe they eat milkweed. I believe it's called milkweed and it's toxic. And so that color actually signifies to birds and predators that it's toxic. So they're kind of guarding themselves. That's symbolic just for the human experience in general. Maybe symbolic to this box, right? Like this is me. This is me who's more experienced and more wise than my daughter, right? Maybe I'm trying to guard her from this world that's black and white. Maybe keep her spirit full of color in a sense, you know? Keep that smile for as long as possible. That's sort of parents' job, is to keep their kids naive but be there to protect them, you know? They're not so naive that they're vulnerable, you know? It's a balance, and that's why I have some of the views that I have in life, is because I have a kid, and it's just a different. It's just different than who I was prior. And you could tell when you come across people who maybe don't have children, just different worldviews and perspectives. And yeah, so this took me one day. Just went to the dollar store, probably less than $10 here, and it's pretty cool. Actually, my daughter hasn't even seen it. She was hanging out with my mom, her grandma, while I was making this. And when it was time to leave, she never got a chance to see this. But yeah, so this is just like, yeah, butterflies are beautiful, just like a man thinks a woman's beautiful, and it doesn't have to be femme. I think a man should have a balance. It doesn't have to be femme, that like homosexual femme. It could be a strong masculine man and think something's beautiful. Just like you could be a man and say, "Man, you're a handsome dude. Believe in yourself." That doesn't mean I'm gay just because I can admire somebody or be honest with things, you know, objectively. So, yeah, this is my box. I hope it gets a passing grade. It's pretty neat. My kid Alawan Ito Tiani Morales Rivera. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Butterflies. I tell my daughter that the only thing that separates us and birds is the kind of wings that we have, and our wings are our brain. and our heart and our spirit. And I think all of it mixes into our conscience. And the more you can keep your conscience clean, the further you can fly. I think consciousness, a more brighter consciousness, lives more closer to courageousness. And the darker the consciousness, I believe, is more closer to cowardice because you're just so anxious and afraid because your conscience is always saying, remember you did that, remember this, remember this. It's Sigmund Freud called it the ego ideal. And then your ego is what everybody else can see, but your ego ideal is in your brain, reminding you the good or the bad you did because it's idealistic. And then you have the id, it's like the little kid that always has to be controlled. Yeah, art, art is not something you're supposed to think about so much. You just kind of got to do it. I feel like this is how it came out right here. I didn't really think so much about it. I just got lost in an activity. So yeah, subscribe.